The hardest part of the concussion is something I haven't mentioned yet because it was a complication of the concussion, and it definitely did lead to long-term impact struggling with. I did some physical therapy, included some physical tests of balance, also eye tracking things to see my progress, and I improved pretty quickly. After a couple of months, my headaches were kind of decreasing. At around November, and my concussion was in September, at around November, I basically passed. They were like, okay, you're good. But then in December, I got a really bad headache that just wouldn't go away. I would have it, go to bed with it, and wake up with it, and that lasted for literally a year. So I had a constant headache for 365 days, and I went to a lot of doctors. They didn't know why, because my concussion was not super serious, and I didn't lose consciousness, and I did well on the physical therapy tests. I went to some doctors. My mom got a medical newsletter, I guess, in the mail that she just routinely gets. There was an article about CSF leaks, and she looked at the symptoms, and they matched up with mine. So we went to an expert in CSF leaks. After a bunch of MRIs and testing, turns out I had one. So in December of 2018, now a year later, I had, because it took a while to diagnose, I had a procedure called a blood patch. That was mid-December, and the first one didn't work, but then about 2 weeks later, on December 27th, I had a second blood patch, and that kind of fixed my low pressure headaches that were caused by the CSF leak. Except after the low pressure headaches were cured, I developed high pressure headaches because my body compensate for the low pressure by creating more cerebrospinal fluid. The leak was fixed. I had too much, so I've had high pressure headaches basically since then, and I've just trying different drugs and different dosages of them to manage the headaches, and I'm kind of on my the end of that, so I'm starting to wean off of some of those drugs to see if the high pressure headaches are gone. But basically, that's the impact that I've had so far.